Hi, Lorna.
Hi, Tessy.
How are
How
you?
are you? It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been forever. The last time I saw you, I came to LA to receive the different awards I got from the city of
Yeah, from
Beverly
the
Hills.
Beverly Hills mayor, yes, and the LA mayor and all that good stuff. It was
Uh,
awesome.
and
And
the
and then
amazing drummers.
just before we were in Spain vacationing with the boys. How are the boys?
Oh yes, exactly. We went to Ibiza together with your nephews and Gavin and Noah. They're fantastic. They are right
That's
now.
awesome.
They are right now retiring in their playroom because I homeschooled them all day, and now they're just chilling and watching a movie.
Well,
It's
to the
auntie.
boys, to my
Mwah.
princes.
From them back to you, dear auntie. So for the ones who don't know Lorna yet, so I met Lorna in London at the Investing in Women Gala with Anita, who invited us both because we were one of the 7 Wonder Women. So both of us were 2 of the 7 Wonder Womans, and that's how we met. It was a match made in heaven. We're just, so similar. You inspire me incredibly much because you're just the most philanthropic person I know. You have become the queen mother of a tribe in Ghana just recently, which is absolutely incredible. You are also the assistant treasurer of the Democratic National Committee in the US. You are a well-known diplomat, but also you are a midwife, and you have been working year long to help disadvantaged families in rural areas in the US. So enough of me talking, because I want to hear all about you, Lorna, and about your work and how you do all of this in all of the time you have. So please, Lorna, tell us a bit more about you.
Well, it's so great to see you, my friend. And we've traveled the world talking about women and girls. And we've been to Luxembourg and Women's International Day. We were in Dubai recently at the Women Economic Forum speaking. And, of course, we met in London at Investing in Women. And it has been a great ride. We
Oh,
were
and
sure on
Thailand.
a roll. And I'm also a part of your program that we went to Thailand.
Yeah,
So it's such an honor to be a part of Professors Without Border.
you're a trustee, exactly.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's been awesome experience. With me, of course, I'm a woman of many hats. As I always say, a typical Jamaican that has many responsibilities, and I take them very seriously. I'm a woman of solutions. And so my goal is to, you know, do whatever I can to enhance other people's lives. I have been, got this far by myself. Well, not, shouldn't say by myself, because through life, you meet people along the way and they help you to work together and to work through things. But one of the things that I recently that really changed me and really gave me a new lease on life was, when the blockchain technology came around, I was just about on my way off to, just downsizing everything and just traveling the world and enjoying life. And the blockchain technology gave me an opportunity to travel around the world. And as I was traveling around Africa, I really regained a kind of a new lease on life. When I see people in Africa and the way they live and they're happy with very little, and I wanted to see what is it that I can add to these people's lives. And so, of course, I started traveling to Africa, where I go to Malawi once a year. It doesn't seem like we're going to get there this year, but last year I had an experience with the girls that I sponsor, about 30 girls in Malawi. And last year I had probably the most, I mean, extraordinary, wonderful experience of my life with the girls. I brought Alice Brown, who is another Olympian like myself. We used to train together in track. And I took Alice Brown with me to Malawi. And with the girls, we started training them in track. They've never been exposed to track and field. And we taught them how to run relays and to do sprints. And these girls, they'd learned so fast. They took it seriously. And in the end, I was trying to have a big competition the day before I leave, and I had to catch a plane. And I remember saying, I'm not leaving these girls until I'm finished. The plane is going to have to either wait for me or it's going to have to leave me. But we stayed and we had the competition like it was a real Olympics competition. We gave out medals to the girls. The girls were excited. And in one of the events that we had, it was a 50-meter dash. And I remember we put all the girls who were in first place in one heat, all the girls who were in second place in one heat. And then we had some extra medals. So I said I could make an extra heat for the third place runners. And so we had 8 girls in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, I was looking for the first 3 to give the medals, and 5 girls came up and said, and they all stood there and like, I was in the first 3. I was in the first 3. I mean, these girls were demanding. I'm telling you, it was an experience of a lifetime. I had to leave. And even looking at the video, I still was not able to tell who was first, second, third. So what we ended up doing, I ended up leaving all the medals so that the professor there, the teacher for the camp, would be able to sort it out with them. But these girls, they are so amazing. And after I left, I was late catching the plane, but when we got on the road, it was no traffic. It was like the angel just paved the way. And so I made it to the airport in time and got home with my shoes was red. I got in, all the dirt and everything. We just ran to the plane and made it. And so it was just one of the most experience of my lifetime. Alice Brown, who was a 5-time Olympic gold and silver medalist in the 100-meter dash. I mean, she was like amazing. She was an amazing instructor. And so this year, last year, what I did also was wanting to take some of that to Ghana, of course. And you talked about, Ghana last year was the year of the returns, 400 years since the first slaves to America. And so we were celebrating the year of the return in Ghana. And they decided they were going to crown me as a queen mother, which was such an honor. I mean, it was a 3-day event, and it was just another experience of a lifetime. After that, then we had, a lot of Americans who came there and, celebrating the New Year's Eve and New Year's together. And it was just so amazing. We had people like, even Naomi Campbell was there, Nina from Beyonce's mom. There were so many amazing folks, actors, actresses, that were there, and we just had a fabulous time. Even Akon show up the morning of the beach party that we had, Sunrise Beach Party. So it's been great. It's been a great ride. It's been a great event. I've been traveling with you, talking with women and girls, and it's been just an amazing ride. I mean, I have a life that I cannot ask for more. I mean, I feel very honored, very blessed. I'm the assistant treasurer at the DNC. Now it's election time. We have this virus stuff going around and, killing a lot of our people. And so I'm all in it because, I'm like I tell people, I'm my mother's daughter. So what I do is just try to find solutions. And as a nurse on the front line myself, and I have a medical clinic in the inner city, I wanted to see how I can help people on the front line also. And so for me, now I'm working with some of the other states to get them the equipment and supplies that they need. Because as I said, I'm a mother's daughter. I'm a solution-oriented person. And to whom much is given, much is expected. And so I'm trying to play my part on the world stage to give back to society what I've been blessed with and to share my life with others. And, like I said, you have been an inspiration for me, and you've been helping me in that realm. We've now partnered together with your Professors Without Border, and I've been traveling with that. And it's been a great, humbling and beautiful experience traveling the world with you. So it's great to chat with you. It's been a while.
It has been too long, but you're just, I'm always so impressed how humble you are with everything you're doing, not only, how your friendship, how you are with your friends. You treat each and every one of us like family. My kids call you auntie. You help really, you put your words to where your actions are. And it's just really, and I can see that when I was in LA, everyone just talks so highly about you. And one thing that always impressed me, and if I may ask about that as well, how was it to be an Olympian 100-meter runner for the US?
Oh my God. I keep maybe using the same word, but you have these frequent once in a lifetime experience, and they get better. They're different things, but you don't know which one to put first, because as a child growing up in Jamaica, which was, tell everybody, was just the happiest days of my life. Growing up in Jamaica, my mom was amazing. She allowed us to play, and I would, compete in school. in track and field. I was so fast in my feet that the teachers couldn't, back in the day, they were spanking kids. They couldn't catch me because I would like take them all over the school, run up and down the benches, and they could never catch me to punish me. So, it started at a very young age, and I found out that I had a talent for running. And so I started doing that in primary school, which led me to even high school. And I was a champion girl in high school where everybody wanted to be on my team because they knew I was going to be the winner, So it was something that it's interesting. One of my girlfriends from high school, she said, Lorna, I'm not surprised of all the things that you're doing because you were just like that when you were young. She said, you were always a leader. I said, me? I've never even seen myself as a leader. I thought you guys were the leader. I thought you all were so pretty. You all got the boyfriends. I never had the boyfriends and all of that stuff. I was always focused on what I was doing. And so she said she saw all these things that I'm doing now in me, but it's something that I don't even think about. It's just something, I just live my life in a positive way, wanting to give and share my life with others and allow the energy around me to control and to move with me. But track and field was one of these things. Again, when I came to Los Angeles, and I think it was in '84, where the Olympics was going to be in California. And I said, I can do that. And so I went, found some of my old buddies that were training and got in touch with them. And we started training together. Before you know it, I was training with Alice Brown, Flojo. We competed in the track and field at Mount Sac Relays, where, I run the third leg with three of the most famous and fastest track athletes in America: Evelyn, Ashford, Florence Griffith-Joyner, Alice Brown, and myself. I mean, that was amazing. And I remember even trying out for the Olympics in 1988, which was when I qualified for the Olympics, running 11.4 seconds in the 100 meters. I remember running, it was like not even touching the ground. It was such a high. And another thing that I remember was Flo Jo and I think it was in the Bay Area. We were competing in one of the summer games. And I was competing with her in the 200-meter dash. And that was my fastest 200 meters. I ran 23.6 in that heat. And I was competing against her. And I remember when I ran and after I was finished, I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit down because it was burning so much. But it was just the greatest experience. Track and field, I've had a lot of, like I said, great experiences in my life. And track and field was one of them. I still enjoy working out to this day. As I think if I have a hobby, if someone asks me what's your hobby, it would be being on the outdoors, hiking, biking, running, racing, competing, workout, that kind of thing. I just love the outdoors. I enjoy working out. So track and field to me was amazing. It was a great experience. One that, of course, gives you the strength and the stamina that you need in order to compete in this world as a Black woman, as a woman, and as a successful woman in this society. I think track and field really prepared me for all these different obstacles that I would later on experience in my life. And that's one of the things I want to share with women and girls. My life, my experience, and how they can overcome, and that the things that I've gone through, I would like to help to share it with them, that they don't have to go through that. But now they can learn from me what I've experienced and use it to push forward. So I think, sports is a great way to develop strength, stamina, and good work ethic, and to become all that you can be. So.
Wow, that is so beautiful and so powerful. And it's really something I really wanted to emphasize specifically with you as well, because you are just a woman that doesn't take no for an answer. And I think it's just such a powerful quality, and it's such an inspiration also for me, because I'm always like, I don't want to ask for anything or whatever. And and I remember you telling me, no, you can do this. Just do it. Don't be scared, And it's really something I think a lot of young women and young boys can really learn from your legacy, from your life path, because it's just incredibly inspiring. And so thank you for that. And thank you for sharing all of this. So now that, because time is running out already and I'm so sad about it, but before I let you go, there's two things I want to ask you. One, So you're saying you help on the front line as a nurse doing COVID-19. How is that? How is that for you? Because also as a midwife, you know, how is that for you when you work with pregnant women? Did you have pregnant women who had COVID-19, for example? How do you feel about that? What are you doing?
Well, thanks for asking that. In terms of the, my medical practice is more like it's a community clinic where patients actually come in. But I'm gonna just veer a little bit off and talk about my real life experience right now as a midwife, because my sister, who was my best friend, passed away several years ago, and she had a daughter. And as a matter of fact, I wish I could show you the photo, but she had a daughter that she told me she had the daughter for me at the time. And I was able to bring that daughter home from the hospital. And today, my niece was pregnant last week. She just had a baby on the 17th. And I couldn't be there for her. So I was on the phone with her, laboring with her, because I was really, really worried about her having to go to the hospital. I'm not there for her. And with this COVID, COVID,
19.
COVID-19, how is it going to impact her? And, I couldn't be there with her. But, God has blessed us, and she was able to have a beautiful, beautiful baby boy, Luke, Shiloh, and Shiloh means peace. And so for that, I am very grateful that I was able to share in that experience with her, even remotely, that I was not in the room with her, but yet that my spirit was there, her mom's spirit was there, and I was on the phone with her to help her with her labor and her breathing. And now I'm learning, I'm helping her with her breastfeeding on the phone. So I think one of the things about this virus is that it has no barrier. And so it's showing up a lot of things. It's showing the injustices and the inequalities that we have suffered for years, because this one is going to hit you. Of course, it hits your prime minister. So, that is it. Yesterday, we heard another little young kid. She was about maybe 12 years old, if I'm not mistaken, in Michigan, a young kid passed away. So it has no barrier, it has no bounds. And I know one of the things we talk about a lot is love and kindness that we try to share and spread. And so that's one of the things that I am trying to share, and I'm trying to be open even with my staff. They don't have to go to the clinic to work if they don't want to. I give them that option, and they will still be paid, because I want to make sure that they are protecting themselves and their family. And we had to make a lot of adjustment. We talked to our patients on the phone. We try to treat them as much as we can via video conferencing if we can, or we have a doctor that comes and sit in the office and answer their calls. So we're not really there. So I'm not on the front line like some of my other colleagues, but I understand that, not all of us are blessed to be able to work from home, and I am working from home, and I've been blessed to be able to do that. But not everybody is able to do that. A lot of the nurses have to be in the heat of things, and the fear of them having to take this home to their family. It is really, really scary. And I pray for them every day, and I try to make sure I get supplies, help with the supply to supply the states, to make sure that they have adequate supply. And I'm working with a group right now to see what else we can do to help. And the underserved community with testing that is not being done adequately. And of course, we know it's not done adequately across the country, but particularly Black people are affected in every case, in every situation. Black and people of color are most impacted. We have maybe 14% average of certain states, and yet we are 40, 50, 60, 70% of the death rate because of the underlying conditions that a lot of us do have. So it's been a challenging time for all of us, and we just have to continue to love each other, pray for each other, keep the faith, and just do what the scientists are telling us to do, and pray for others who try to veer us or to lead us into the wrong path. So I think it's a time for us to just show love and mercy, and give to each other. Call in your neighbor, call in your friend, see how they're doing. I get a lot of videos now, a lot of phone, people send me videos to make me laugh or share what they're doing, and we're getting a lot of that. So reach out and touch somebody. If you know somebody that you haven't called in a while, make a phone call and wash your hands. I did a thing a few weeks ago on MSNBC where it was, showing people how to wear their mask and to take off their dirty gloves and all of that. These things are very important. So make sure you wash your hand, stay your social distancing. I call it physical distancing because we want to maintain that psychological and social relationship, even though we're far apart. So continue to do that. Wash your hand, stay away from your pretty face because you know your hands love your face. And just try to do the right thing, not just for you, but for your neighbor, for your country, for your community. So that's what we need to do. Just spread the love by staying at home, washing our hands, wearing our mask, and doing all these wonderful things as we are informed by the scientists.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lorna. Our time is past. This was amazing. I appreciate it so much. So we catch up offline more, but for now on Zoom o'clock, thank you so much for your time.
And thank you, my love. Thank you. Mwah.